Good day everyone, my name is Coolpilot and welcome, finally, back to Minecraft Mishaps. Oh look, there's a cloud up there. It has been, well, a very, very, very long time since I've actually recorded an episode of Minecraft Mishaps. It has been, in fact, close to a month and a half. A couple weeks of that, about the half of that, it is because I had recorded ahead way too far on Minecraft Mishaps, a lesson that I have now learned from. Don't record too many episodes ahead of Minecraft Mishaps. It's because that ends up being actually a bit of a problem for me. But the other month, however, was due to, of course, various issues. I had like 1 week where I just didn't have the time to do it. I think that was right after I created the schedule for Minecraft Mishaps is Tuesday, Thursday. Then I had a sinus infection, so we couldn't record anything. And after that sinus infection, I had a little bit that I was trying to record, wanting to record, but didn't have the time. It was running out of time. There's a lot of stress and everything. Then finally getting ready to actually, literally, getting started, here in Minecraft, getting ready to record, and computer overheats, just like I did with Civ 5, because middle of a heat wave, my PC, or laptop technically, getting too hot, couldn't record, because it just froze up, so that was annoying. But the cooling issue has been fixed, in part because of a fan that you might hear. I turned left, as if, looking left towards my fan, revealed things that I wasn't quite wanting to reveal yet. Yeah, you can't actually see the fan here. If I look to my left, then my fan's over there. However, server is getting overloaded. It's, well, let me just go to the pause menu, I suppose. Well, probably a better idea anyways, just until I get past this little opening spiel, just so that it doesn't come night while I'm standing out here on this ledge. But yeah, the fan's going, so I've actually had to turn up Minecraft sounds a little bit just to make sure I can hear things, because, well, I have the fan going, and it's a little noisier than what my fan was, which broke down. That's part of the whole problem with this heat and everything. On top of that, having to put, like a cooler mat thing underneath my laptop, which is angled, so my computer's at a really weird angled, because both it and this cooling mat are angled, but that's a more minor thing. But yeah, just everything's getting in the way. And then even this week, like, this is supposed to be going up on Tuesday. I am recording it on Tuesday. In fact, I go to work in just a couple hours. But yeah, I have to record it Tuesday because work 28 hours this week. My asked for maximum, screwing over words here, is 20 hours. So, and that's the max. I prefer around 15 because that's enough to pay the bills, save up, and have enough time to do all these videos and work on the comic and get started on other stuff, the music and other videos and everything. But with my, starting to pivot some focus back over towards the comic, especially since I'm actually going to, with this like 20-hour week, I'm going to be able to get my tablet a lot sooner than I expected. Either, if not after the next paycheck at the end of this month, then in the middle of next month after the paycheck after that. So, once I get that in, I'm going to be wanting to start focusing on the art, but that means I have to finish outlining all my chapters and getting the script for chapter 1 done, because the script's first draft is all written out, but needs to be edited, needs to be revised, a lot of changes got to be made. So yeah, it's just trying to find the time to do everything can be quite hard sometimes. I'm kind of trying to squeeze everything in this week just because this schedule really is insane. Like, it's like most of the schedule for this week is kind of like being shifted over a day. I'm recording this on Tuesday. This will be posted on Wednesday instead of Tuesday. The Civ 5 video that would normally be out Wednesday will be on Thursday. And Friday, I'm not sure if it's going to be Civ 5 or Minecraft yet. I'm going to try Minecraft because I have Thursday off. Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm not going to be able to do anything because that's where the 8 hours comes from. I got an 8-hour shift tomorrow. It's going to be hell because we're still in the middle of a heat wave. But yeah, I have Thursday off, so I'm going to try to record some extra stuff then. Record a few episodes of Minecraft, so I have them on hand. But not too many episodes of Minecraft, so I don't get too ahead. Especially since UHS 3 now looks like it's out of beta. I haven't been able to pay much attention to it in the last several weeks, or really much of the last month, because everything else that's been going on. But it looks like it's out of beta, full release and everything. So that means I have to get working on preparing that. Now the plan for UHS 3 and UHS 2 here is that UHS 2 here, we're going to be ending this world probably within the next couple weeks. It doesn't mean like ending it, never coming back to it. We might come back to this world. Very slim chance, considering that we're going to be focusing mostly on, I'm going to be going full hog at UHS 3, and UHS 3 looks to be, a lot better than UHS 2. But there's always a slight possibility I come back here, especially since actually in the last episode I had recorded, which has not been posted and will not be posted. In fact, I believe I've already deleted the footage, because the episode was all talking about the plans for the future that are now a month and a half outdated. So that I had found a spot that I really wanted to build on. That was a really nice spot. I had lots of ideas for it. But we're not going to be able to get that out. We're just not going to have a time. In fact, the last few episodes of this kind of like season 0 is probably what I'm going to be renaming. I'm going to have to rename all the episodes from of all the current episodes to like season 0 or something, and then you start a full new season for when we go on to UHS 3, because this will be kind of like this adventure through UHS 2 will be like the preparation for UHS 3, the place to learn our lessons, essentially, and just kind of get used to the game before the main event of UHS 3. Because I'll be playing UHS 3 to completion, or what I feel is completion at least. Because although Wyld has said he will be making UHS 4, it sounds like it's going to be a lot different, and I really like UHS 3. Minus some issues I have with Grimaya Gaia, and minus the little tweaks and changes that I make for myself, and the addition of Carpenter's blocks. I really want to try Carpenter's blocks. So aside from like those tweaks and like the little issue I have with Grimaya Gaia, which I'm gonna have to really think it over what exactly I'm gonna do with that. It's still something I'm kind of up in the air on. But it's just really great modpack. It looks like it's going to be tons of fun. Really look forward to Somcraft 3. So, yeah, because I'm going to be focusing that, completing that. That'll, of course, be the new Minecraft Mishaps, the main Minecraft Mishaps, the real Minecraft Mishaps. So I'll be, changing this series thus far to like pre-season in a way. And well, as I said, we'll have a few more episodes here. The last few episodes will be focused on building, just to kind of show off some of my building skills, and also get a little bit more used to building, because I haven't built anything in Minecraft in like anything noteworthy in Minecraft in a couple of years. Got to get those juices flowing, especially with the things I have in mind for UHS 3. So, gotta get the juices flowing, especially since it's also been a month and a half since I even started this little project I'm about to show. So, yeah, we'll be focusing on building for the last 2 episodes, probably just talking about random stuff, and talking about maybe some plans, especially as I start actually delving into UHS 3 and the configs and everything. Start doing tests on that, which I haven't done yet. Not gonna be able to do it this week, don't have the time, but, hopefully within the next couple of weeks we'll be a little bit better in terms of the work schedule. I don't know what next week's will be yet. Hopefully they'll have it up today or tomorrow, so I could figure that out. Especially since I want to know how the hell I'm going to record things for next week. I got Thursday off and Saturday off, and that's it. Then I have to not just record, I have to edit and render them as well. The uploading I can do any day, but yeah, just been a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on, trying to find time for things in the middle of everything going wrong. It has been pretty hard. Haven't even gotten much done in my comic, which has been probably actually the most disappointing thing, because I've been trying to push towards getting towards to the art on the comic, and haven't been able to do that. And of course, not being able to record the videos is a pain as well. But the comic being my flagship, being the thing most dear to me, it's of course the thing that affects me the most. But Minecraft I've been wanting to play, but haven't been able to. But now we are. After that little lag spike there, jumping back into the live game. Oh, there's iron down there. I forgot about that. After that little lag spike, back into the game. It's actually almost noon. So, yeah, as I said, the next few episodes will be building, and I suppose I should actually go over what happened in between now and when the last episode recorded, because there's actually been quite a bit. I don't know if my health is different than it was beforehand, but it technically is, because I've actually died twice since the last episode, neither of which I am counting. So they're not going on the death counter for this season 0, and of course the kind of reset in the new world. But as I said, a lot has happened. Let the map load here. So you can tell we're quite a ways away from home. Our home is actually way over here, our first home at least. All sorts of stuff had happened. I did a bunch of exploration, got a bunch of clay and trees and loot and stuff. I don't remember most of the details at this point because it's been so long. But at one point, I was doing some mining down in my house and started getting a bunch of errors of entities that weren't loading properly. And in my attempt to figure out this problem, I've tried to clear out entities, and not knowing the proper command to kill entities, I ended up accidentally killing myself with commands twice. So I have a couple heads down in my mine from that, but it was deaths in the attempt to fix an issue with the world itself. What ended up being wrong was that there were actually 3 missing chunks that. And the main issue was that at least one of the missing chunks had entities within them that were trying to load, but couldn't load because the chunks were missing. The main one was, there's a chunk over here. I don't know the exact placement, but it's here in this specific ravine. Remember that there was the underground, not the underground, the abandoned mine shaft down here. And there was a minecart track that was within this missing chunk that was trying to load, and the minecart track couldn't load because the chunk wasn't there. So that was creating huge memory problems, which just caused the game to freeze up fairly quickly and crash. Was able to, after much hassle and menangling, I was able to fix it, but it was still annoying to have to go through that. So my health had gotten reset from that and everything. I'm down a heart anyway, so this is kind of screwed up. But yeah, I'd done a bunch of exploration up here. Found... I shouldn't have zoomed in. Now the map's gonna reload. There we go. Found this. I got a bunch of, clay. You can see a little marker here for clay deposits. Found a bunch of clay here. Magical wood and everything. Explored around the slime island, and then found this volcano biome with an isolated plain peninsula next to it. And I thought this was a wonderful place to build, and indeed it is. It's a really, really nice place. There's the only cave I was able to find at all was, well, there's like a little teeny tiny cave right here. Just go in, light it up, and it's fine. There's one underneath the volcano biome that I just blocked off. So it's really nice place for building, especially in the UHS with all the mobs and everything. You don't want a bunch of caves around. So I thought about building here, but unfortunately we're not going to be able to get to that because the plans I had were great and grand, but it would take way too long. So we're not going to get to that. I recorded around elsewhere here too, quarried stone, and just explored a couple of villages and everything. One of the things I did in between episodes as well was prepare to move stuff, move to over here. Because, remember last time I had recorded was a month and a half ago. I figured I still might have some time to do stuff up here. I'm not going to now, but back then it appeared like I would have. So I done some preparations for that. I had dug a few canals here and here to make it easier to get through by boat. Also put some small lights on either side of the canals, as you can see here and here, here and here, using the materials from the area nearby, basically the materials from this biome. And, so that way you can take the boat from the house through here out into this ocean, all the way up to here where we are. So we'll get to what this is in a minute. Through the bayou, which has been partially cleared of all the, what are they called, lily pads, and I dug this area out as well, so we can get through here. Then either around the ice or through the ice, I was going to eventually put some lights here in the ice to keep this area melted, so we can just go straight through here instead of having to go around. But you can still get through there regardless, because I think it's a river biome there. And then up to the peninsula. So, although we're not going to be able to really get to the peninsula, I do want to at least finish the project I had started here, which is a gatehouse. It's only bare bones at the moment. The towers and most of the structure is just outlined. The main thing I did in between episodes when it comes to building this is build the house part of it, which took forever. Mainly, well, it's still technically not finished because I still need more moss to do the mossy bricks on the bottom. But it took forever to do this roof because these are mud brick stairs, and to make those mud brick stairs, you need mud, and you need to smelt that mud and then turn them into bricks, and that took forever. It took so much mud too. Ugh. But I finally got that done. We'll take a little closer look in a minute. But what I've been doing with these, had been doing at least with these constructions, is building things using the materials in the surrounding area. That's why that's mud brick stairs, because there's a lot of mud around here in the bayou. Using the, what is this, willow wood from the surrounding area as well, and then of course cobblestone and mossy cobblestone bricks over there. So trying to largely fit in with my surroundings. Now, what I was doing with this gatehouse is, of course, I had already cleared the area, so you can get through. But what I was wanting was to have 2 towers on either side, and of course the area over it, and then have the basically defense posts here in the middle to represent the gate. But well, the plan was also to actually have the I believe it's Tinker's Constructs that adds them, but it's the I don't actually remember what are they called. Drawbridge, is it? Yes, drawbridge. I was going to use the drawbridge blocks and use fences within them, so that way you could have the gate actually open and close using that. But we're not going to be able to probably get to that. I'll probably just end up putting just fence gates in there to represent a gate. But the main thing I had done was figure out this pattern up here, which took a lot of trial and error to get what I wanted, something that I thought looked good. And this is the pattern I eventually settled on. And it's actually fairly complex. If we go back up here, you can see from, of course, down there what the pattern is up there, but the way it also affects the area up here is fairly complex, because where these stairs are, where the rivets are, so we have a rivet here, block gap, rivet, block gap, rivet, block gap, rivet, and then the arch here, which I have a torch behind to provide some lighting. And then, of course, the rivet, full block, rivet, full block, rivet, full block. And then the way that this pattern... Lost an extra heart, of course. Shift didn't work properly there. But then the way that pattern is repeated down here within the actual, you know, beauty pattern, basically, because this is just for show, is the more interesting part, I think. Not much to say about it, because it's just a pattern that I created willy-nilly over time. But I really like how it turned out, and of course, I like that you can't see the torch. It's kind of hidden behind the block up there. So that way that provides a lighting up there without it being easily seen, which actually if you go right back up there again, turning F7 on, it's almost night too. You can see that this middle area of the walkway up here is lit up. These other areas would be lit up by the towers, but towers aren't built yet. Let's go take a nap in the house. I just have a fence gate for the door, so that way monsters couldn't barge in. What I've done here is basically used a bunch of mud bricks. So another reason why it took so long to do the roof, because I needed them for the floor too. But used a bunch of mud bricks for the floor because I really like the look of them. Let me sleep at night. I used, of course, the willow wood to create the supports and the support beams, and then just plain willow wood to, you know, fill in the gaps. Clear glass from Tinker's Construct to make the windows. Go to sleep here. Torches are all placed on the supports. There's only 4 of them, and that lights up absolutely everything in the house, even if we venture up here. Even the supports are fully lit up by that, so there is no place for anything to spawn anywhere. Then I have the fireplace here, with the nice little chimney. This is not the permanent fireplace. I will replace this with other blocks at some point. I just haven't decided what block to replace it with exactly, and what exact design I want for the fireplace. That's something I'll probably experiment with a little bit later. It's not the most important part at the moment though, so yeah, I'm more focused on trying to figure out the towers there. And I got a couple iron furnaces here, which I was using to smelt all the mud bricks, and a bunch of supplies, and a bunch more mud brick stuff. Some more barricades I was experimenting with, some food, a bunch of willow wood, cobble, yeah, just overall supplies. I got a bunch of my bags as well, I think. Oh, and I also have tools. Yeah, I had made some more tools. I don't remember which of these I had created in between episodes. I think like the hammer, the byrons, stone burr, stone evader. I might have created in between the slizzle. I definitely created in between because that was created for here, where I was experimenting with chiseled blocks to see how they looked. And I got some moss as well, of course, some clear plains I should actually put away. Oh, and I got this nice big window too to look out over the muddy water. And I had left this little bit here to park my surfboard. And if you're wondering what this is over here, this is partially a moss growing place and partially an experiment on how moss actually grows. The experiment being, does moss grow better in dark or in light? So basically, since the middle area here is the darkest, if moss grows better in the middle than it does on the edges, then it grows better in darkness than it does in light. But I'm really not sure what the specifics are for moss growing. I just know that it needs to have some vertical space, and I put it on wood just to make, because I think it might need wood to grow. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I've been using the moss to slowly turn all of these slabs, stone bricks, into mossy stone bricks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left to convert, looks like. And that'll take a fair amount of moss to complete. As for these towers, I'm not really sure what design I'm going to do with them yet. I'm probably going to work on that in between episodes, because this episode, it's already gone quite a while. So it's mainly catching you guys up on figuring out what doing for the last few episodes here, which we'll be building. But I need to actually, because it's been so long, I need to actually think this stuff through before we can actually start building. I need to do some experimentation, figure out what it is I want to do with this, what style I want for the towers. And that's going to take a lot of time, more than what I can really record, and it's going to be a process that it isn't going to be very entertaining either. Let's get this iron. Why not? So yeah, I am quite happy with how it's going so far. It just, as I said, got to figure out what I'm doing with it next, because it's been so long since I worked on this thing. I have to kind of reevaluate everything, kind of reevaluate the style. I do really like how the house has turned out, though. Of course, again, gotta replace the fireplace, but that's about it. I should probably actually show how the roof acts on this side. The beams, support beams, actually go out 1 block so that the roof has an overhang, which I really like my roofs overhanging a little bit more than just being flush with the side of the wall. I just like the way it works, especially when I have a fireplace and a chimney sticking out like this. There's the way that the chimney intersects with the roof, and the roof kind of comes around it. I just really like the way it looks. So yeah, and of course it overhangs on the front as well, because otherwise it just looks silly. You want 3 dimensions, you want texture, you want to not bump into your surfboard and cause it to go flying off in the other direction. Yeah, you want things to pop. I don't like how flat this looks. I wish I could have this like sticking out a bit or something. But I'm not going to go too in depth, too picky over this little house. It's mainly the gate itself that I want to focus on being as best as possible. And yeah, let's leave the tools the way they are. Don't really need to repair them at the moment. So yeah, kind of have to figure out what I'm going to do with these towers. Figure out the style, because that's one of the big blanks with this is, what am I going to do with those towers? How do I want them to look? Because they don't need to be stone. I mean, they're just outlined in stone because it's easy for me to dig up in place. I had a bunch of it. It's a good outliner. But yeah, it could really be anything. I'm thinking I might do them out of wood, but it's not entirely sure. Gonna have to experiment with that, decide on what I want, and heat up. And as I said, we'll have a few more episodes in this world, try to finish up this gatehouse, and then we'll be moving on to UHS 3. There's going to be a lot of work to, as I said, do all the tweaks and configurations and changes I want to do to that mod pack. I have to really decide, especially what I'm going to do with Kumaragea. I feel like that's going to be the biggest question mark, because I have just never liked Grimire Gaia, ever. But, it does add a lot of challenge, and there are parts to it I kind of like. It's just, there are a lot of aspects to it I don't. A lot of aspects to it I hate. So, yeah, I'm going to have to be going over the mod pack, going over changes and everything. It's going to take some time. Hopefully, things aren't quite as hectic here in the real world over the next couple weeks. Shame I couldn't really get much done in this episode, but the explanations were really required to... I was just thinking I should probably go over here and grab this moss. I need as much moss as possible. Yeah, but as I said, I was really needing to go over what exactly was going on as well. Sometimes you just need to stop and talk things over, and not, you can't always get action done. Sometimes you got to just sit and plan. Grab that as well. So that one's not going to grow. Looks like that's all the moss around here. Alright. 9. That should actually be enough to place it back here. We're going to do some building. We are going to take a brick. We're going to go inside. We're going to do some crafting. We now have a mossy stone brick. Time to build. There's your building for the day. But yeah, as I said, we really needed to go over what was going on, what had happened, what we're going to do, because things are going to be changing. HS3 is going to be a lot different, and it's going to... Well, it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be stressful for me, but for you guys, fun. Yay, fun. It's just stressful for me. Gonna take some time to work out. But I am glad that we're finally back to things. Oh, there's a zombie out there. Must have wandered out of someplace. Way over there. Probably because it smells me. Hello, zombie. God damn it, surfboard. You know what? Just to get some adventure into this episode, before we end off, better kill this zombie. In the morning. Come on. Close enough tonight. Take out a couple bricks. There we go. Alright, here we go. Come here, zombie. Adventure! Yeah. Oh, come on. Place the bloody block. What do we get from that anyways? Golden chest plate. Huh. Oh, that's nice. Not terribly important, but that's nice. Although we don't need this. Go away. That'll be it for today. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but next episode, getting stuff actually done. So we can hopefully try to finish this place up before we move over to the new mod pack. So that'll be it for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Why am I standing in the fireplace? It seems kind of dangerous. Let's get out of here.